All right, 3.01, I can determine the slope or write the equation of a parallel line. Okay, so let's see what we have here. It says find the equation of a line that passes through this point and is parallel to y equals negative 3x minus 1. Okay, so parallel lines have the same slope. So I know that my new line is going to have a slope of negative 3, and it's going to pass through this point. This is my x, and this is my y. Okay, so I know that my new line has to go through 5, and my x would be negative 1, and my slope is negative 3. Right, there's my x, there's my y, there's my slope. Find b. So b is 2. Once you know b and you have m, you have an equation. Y equals mx plus b. All right, next question. Find the equation of a line passing through this point parallel to this line. All right, this one is slightly trickier because I don't know my slope just by looking at it. So I'm going to have to manipulate this equation to find my slope. So I have 3x minus 5y is equal to 9. All right. So I need to get y by itself on one side. So why don't I go ahead and subtract 3x from both sides. Okay. So I now have negative 5y, don't forget that negative, it'll mess you up if you don't remember the negative, is equal to, I'm going to go ahead and put this x term in front because that's what we're used to. All right, so now I need to get y by itself, so we're going to divide by a negative 5. So this becomes just y. Negative divided by a negative is a positive 3/5. And this is negative 9/5. So all I've done so far is rewrite this equation into a format that gives me the slope. Okay, so my slope is 3/5. I don't really care about this number, to tell you the honest truth. I just need to know the slope of that line. So my slope is 3/5. So if I know my slope and I have an x and a y, I need to solve for b. Y is equal to mx plus b. So I just need to do this multiplying. Now, remember when you multiply fractions, you can see if you can reduce by seeing if these share a common factor, and they do. They can both be divided by 5. So I can go ahead and divide both of those by 5. I'll use a pencil so you can see. Divide this by 5, I get 1. Divide this by 5, I get negative 1. So I have 3 times a negative 1, which is negative 3. 1 times 1 is just 1. So my b is 9. So I have my slope and I have my y-intercept. Y equals 3/5 x plus 9.